Chosen one, millions of dollars are magnetize you. Claim your rise. The universe has entered a magnetic state, and your name is written into that vibration. You're not chasing wealth anymore. Wealth is chasing you. The energy of expansion is locked on your frequency, responding to the light that you've carried through the darkest seasons. This isn't about luck, coincidence, or fantasy. This is about divine order. You've stepped into alignment with a current that only a few ever discover. The current of divine wealth. And it's moving directly toward you. But listen closely. This isn't ordinary abundance. This is the kind that rewrites your story. The kind that validates the years of faith you've carried when no one believed. The kind that proves that your waiting was never wasted. Every lesson, every delay, every closed door, they were calibrating you for this exact moment. You're no longer asking if you're ready. You are ready. This wealth doesn't find confusion. It finds certainty. It moves where the energy is prepared. And right now, your spirit is prepared. Before we go further, watch this video until the very end. There's power in every word because energy travels through intention. And comment your warmest wishes below and type 144. That number is a symbol of divine alignment, manifestation, and universal order. Together, our collective energy creates a ripple through the field, accelerating the arrival of blessings that already have your name on them. This is a chapter about wishes coming true, about awakening the current of energy that connects your faith to your future. You are activating the universe by being here, right now. Chosen one, show your light by liking this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's step into this together. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening in your energy. For months, even years, the divine has been rearranging your path. Things you once depended on were removed. People who couldn't see your worth were distanced. Situations that no longer matched your frequency began to collapse. It wasn't rejection. It was recalibration. Your vibration had to rise before the abundance could reach you. If wealth had found you before your energy was healed, you would have spent it trying to fix the parts of yourself that needed love, not luxury. But now, you've learned to generate peace before profit, gratitude before gain. That's why the universe trusts you now, because you've proven that your heart can handle what your hands are about to hold. The millions that are magnetizing to you aren't random numbers. They are the energetic reflection of your inner work. Every time you chose healing over bitterness, clarity over confusion, love over fear, you were generating currency in the unseen. Money is simply energy, and you've been storing it in the field through your choices. Now the divine is converting that stored energy into form. That's why things are about to move fast. It's not because something new appeared, but because everything old finally aligned. Understand this. Money doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to energy. You've been taught to grind, to chase, to sacrifice. But divine wealth doesn't need chasing. It's not running away from you. It's orbiting you, waiting for resonance. When your frequency matches abundance, you become a magnet. You stop chasing outcomes and start attracting alignment. Everything you need begins to locate you. Opportunities find your presence. Resources find your name. You become a field of gravitational pull, and wealth has no choice but to enter your orbit. This is not arrogance, it's awareness. The chosen are not entitled, They are entrusted. You've gone through the storms to prove that your motives are pure. You don't seek money to dominate, you seek it to distribute. You understand, that abundance isn't ownership, it's stewardship. The universe doesn't give to you just for you, it gives through you. And that's why the current of wealth is accelerating around your energy now. You've been refined to handle power without corruption. Now that the magnetic pull has begun, you'll start to feel subtle shifts in your environment. Small synchronicities will confirm it, seeing repeating numbers, receiving unexpected opportunities, feeling sudden waves of peace or excitement for no logical reason. These are energetic signals that the flow has begun. You may even find yourself thinking about money differently. What once felt distant now feels natural. You'll realize that wealth isn't something to reach for. It's something you align with. The distance between you and abundance isn't measured in time. It's measured in vibration. And that vibration has finally matched. But don't misunderstand this. Divine wealth isn't only about material gain. It's about total alignment. The same energy that brings money also brings mental clarity, emotional balance, and spiritual peace. You'll notice that your environment begins to mirror your inner world. As you expand in awareness, your life expands in opportunity. You'll find yourself speaking differently, dressing differently, even thinking differently. Not because you're trying to impress, but because your vibration no longer allows you to settle. The millions that are magnetizing to you are not here to impress your ego. They are here to fund your mission. The divine has plans for your impact. The money is simply the resource to make it possible. That's why it's coming now, because the mission is ready. Every soul assignment has a season of provision. You've entered yours. You're stepping into a chapter where divine wealth becomes the language through which your purpose is expressed. You're not meant to chase comfort. You're meant to carry influence. Still, chosen one, there is one thing you must guard: your frequency. The moment the flow begins, distractions will try to appear. Doubt will try to return. Old habits will whisper that it's too good to be true. But you've already learned that fear is the echo of the old self, not the guidance of the new. You don't need to question whether this is real. You only need to stay aligned with gratitude. Gratitude locks the vibration in place. It keeps the current active. When you lead with thanks, the universe responds with more to be thankful for. You've entered the stage of embodiment now. That means the work is no longer external. It's internal. You are becoming the wealth you seek. You are radiating it through every action, word, and intention. That's why people will start to sense your shift. They'll feel the confidence in your energy before they understand the source of it. Your glow will be unexplainable because it's not coming from effort. It's coming from embodiment. You're not waiting for abundance, you are abundance. So when you wake tomorrow, don't say, "I hope it comes." Say, "It's already mine." Speak from completion, not from craving. Every time you affirm your truth, you strengthen the magnetic field around you. Words are frequencies, and every affirmation you speak becomes a beacon calling your wealth home. The universe is obedient to vibration. It will always rearrange itself to match the frequency of your focus. From this point forward, everything you think, say, and do carries magnetic potential. Be mindful of your energy. When you think small, you shrink your field. When you speak lack, you block your flow. But when you think expansion and speak prosperity, you command movement in the unseen. The millions that are magnetizing to you are already en route. Don't interrupt their path with doubt. Hold the vibration. Act as if it's already here. That's not delusion. That's divine discipline. The chosen don't manifest by accident. They manifest by awareness. And your awareness has reached the frequency of overflow. You're no longer a seeker of wealth. You're a carrier of it. Every step you take is creating ripples of prosperity in the field. Every breath you exhale carries the vibration of increase. You're no longer trying to become, you've become. The magnetic field is active. The current is live. The flow has begun. Millions are moving toward your name. All you have to do now is rise. The moment you understand that wealth is energy, everything changes. You stop thinking of it as something you must earn and start realizing it's something you must allow. The millions that are magnetizing to you are responding not to effort, but to your frequency. And that frequency is shaped by your thoughts, emotions, and focus. Every thought is a signal. Every emotion is an instruction to the universe. The more you align those signals with abundance, the stronger your magnetic field becomes. You've already activated this current. That's why you're here, reading this message at this exact moment. The divine guided you to this frequency because you're ready to claim it consciously. But awareness is only the beginning. To stabilize this magnetic energy, you must train your mind to remain aligned with the vibration of prosperity no matter what unfolds around you. The first thing you must know, fear and doubt are magnetic too. They attract what they mirror. That's why your greatest spiritual discipline now is emotional regulation. You can no longer afford to spiral into worry. Every time you feel uncertainty creeping in, pause and remember. The external world is just a reflection of your internal state. If something feels delayed, it's not punishment. It's adjustment. The divine is synchronizing timing, not withholding blessing. You may not realize it, but you've already been attracting wealth in small ways. A sudden idea that turns into income, a new opportunity, a gift that arrives when you need it. Those are early signs of flow. Don't dismiss them as coincidence. They are confirmations that your frequency is already being recognized by the field. The more gratitude you hold for each one, the larger they become. Gratitude amplifies attraction. It's the invisible magnet that multiplies manifestation. Now, understand this truth. The universe does not respond to impatience. It responds to readiness. You can't force wealth to appear through frustration, but you can accelerate it through faith. The divine will never withhold what you've prepared for. It will only delay what your energy can't sustain yet. That's why this phase is about learning to hold abundance without anxiety. Money can only stay where peace resides. To hold peace, you must trust timing. The chosen never rush divine order. When you rush, you move out of rhythm. But when you trust, the rhythm moves through you. You begin to flow instead of fight. That's when miracles appear effortlessly. So when the mind says, "It's taking too long," the spirit must answer, "It's arriving exactly on time." Another key to stabilizing your magnetic field is emotional gratitude in advance. Don't wait for the millions to arrive to feel blessed. Feel blessed now. That energy of pre-celebration creates resonance with the outcome you're calling in. When you feel rich before you see riches, you collapse the gap between desire and manifestation. The universe delivers fastest to the ones who already vibrate at the level of having. This is why your thoughts matter so much. Every time you visualize abundance, every time you imagine wealth surrounding you, you're building energetic architecture in the unseen. The mind doesn't distinguish between real and imagined. It simply responds to repetition. The more vividly you see yourself living in abundance, the faster your subconscious aligns your behavior, emotion, and attraction to match it. But here's what separates the chosen from the restless: discipline. You must protect your focus like sacred ground. Guard it against negativity, fear, and comparison. Not everyone around you will understand your energy right now. Some may doubt it, some may mock it, others may feel threatened by it. Don't explain it to them. You were not chosen to convince, you were chosen to demonstrate. Let your life be the evidence. When the blessings manifest, the lesson will teach itself. You'll start noticing something profound. The wealth frequency doesn't just change what you attract, it changes who you become. You'll find yourself acting differently. You'll start making decisions from abundance, not from scarcity. You'll invest instead of hesitate. You'll give instead of withhold. You'll move with quiet confidence instead of loud fear. This is not arrogance, it's energetic certainty. The divine will begin testing your consistency through opportunity. Some offers will look tempting but carry low energy. Others will feel calm but unfamiliar. Always choose peace over pressure. Peace is the compass of divine timing. Anything that asks you to abandon your serenity isn't aligned. When you stay faithful to what feels light, the universe rewards your trust with acceleration. The next thing to remember: wealth follows purpose. The money magnetizes to mission. When your intentions are anchored in service, the current multiplies. Every act of alignment expands the flow. When you give without fear, the universe refills you faster than you can measure. Energy can't move through a closed heart. That's why generosity is not loss, it's leverage. You can't outgive the divine, and the divine always replenishes what is shared with pure intention. At this stage, you'll notice your creative energy surging. Ideas will flow faster. You'll feel inspired to act, to build, to express. Don't ignore those impulses. They are instructions. The divine doesn't send money without vision. The opportunities arriving now are the physical form of the energy you've been generating. Move with courage. Don't overthink. Every inspired action creates momentum. You don't have to know every step. You just have to start walking. The next direction reveals itself as you move. And remember this: there's no competition in divine timing. What's for you cannot be taken, delayed, or diluted. The millions that are magnetizing to you are coded specifically for your energy signature. No one else can claim what's assigned to your vibration. That's why envy is a distraction. When you bless others for their abundance, you accelerate your own. The vibration of celebration multiplies everything it touches. Still, chosen one, you must also learn rest. Rest is not laziness, it's magnetic stillness. When you rest in trust, you allow the field to work on your behalf. The most powerful creators don't chase. They command through calm. The moment you stop grasping, energy moves faster. That's why meditation, silence, and reflection are essential now. In stillness, wealth finds you. If you begin to feel resistance, delays, confusion, fatigue, don't panic. It means you're integrating. When your vibration expands rapidly, your system needs time to adjust. Treat yourself gently. Ground your energy in gratitude, water, and simplicity. You're not losing momentum. You're fortifying it. Expansion always requires integration. You'll also begin to attract people who reflect your new vibration. Some will arrive to collaborate, others to mirror your growth. Not everyone will stay, and that's okay. Energy alignment means constant evolution. The more you rise, the smaller your old circles will feel. Don't shrink to fit them. The divine will replace everything you release with something greater. Every exit is a sign of expansion. As you stabilize this wealth vibration, remember, it's not about earning worthiness, it's about embodying it. You don't have to chase approval or permission. You were born worthy. The chosen are not defined by struggle, but by surrender. When you stop fighting for validation, you make room for abundance. And now, you'll notice another change. Your intuition will begin guiding your actions financially. You'll feel sudden clarity about where to invest, what to avoid, and when to act. Trust that inner pull. It's the divine acting as your strategist. Logic will always come second to intuition when you're walking in flow. Soon, your reality will begin matching your new frequency. You'll see physical proof, money arriving unexpectedly, promotions, opportunities, gifts, unexpected favor. These are not coincidences. They are reflections of your internal alignment. You don't need to chase them. You only need to recognize them. The moment you acknowledge them with gratitude, they multiply. The millions are no longer far away. They are circling closer with every thought of trust, every breath of gratitude, every step of confidence. You are not waiting for wealth. Wealth is waiting for your acceptance. You are its destination. Claim it, not with desperation, but with quiet certainty. Walk as though it's already done. Because in divine timing, it is. You are the magnet. You are the movement. You are the manifestation. There is a sacred truth about abundance that only the awakened learn. Wealth is not about possession, it's about presence. True abundance doesn't come from chasing numbers or grasping at outcomes. It comes from becoming the vibration that money, opportunity, and favor recognize as home. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And right now, your energy is shifting into that higher state where wealth recognizes its reflection in you. Your next evolution isn't about collecting more. It's about carrying more peace, more power, more awareness. The millions that are magnetizing to you are the outer proof of the inner transformation you've already achieved. They come because you've elevated beyond fear, beyond scarcity, beyond doubt. You're no longer someone who asks, "Will it happen?" You're someone who knows that it already has. This is the mindset of divine wealth, unwavering, grounded, and luminous. The divine doesn't give wealth to prove your worth. It gives wealth to amplify your purpose. That's why your path has never been easy. It was training. Every loss, every delay, every lonely night was a refining fire, teaching you emotional intelligence, spiritual balance, and energetic mastery. Those lessons were not random suffering, they were sacred preparation. Because the chosen don't receive small blessings, they receive amplified responsibility. And here's the truth most never understand. The wealth vibration doesn't just change your finances, it changes your frequency of existence. You begin to see money not as paper, but as permission. Permission to create, to build, to expand, to serve. You stop measuring worth by what you have and start defining it by how aligned you are. When your wealth has purpose, it multiplies without effort. Purpose is the anchor that keeps prosperity steady. From this point on, you must carry yourself differently. You can no longer think like the person who once struggled to believe. Your self-talk must shift. The words you speak about yourself are the blueprint for your reality. When you call yourself lucky, You limit yourself. When you call yourself chosen, you open the gates of divine flow. Speak with the confidence of one who understands that their wealth is already written. You are not becoming rich. You are remembering that you always were. The divine doesn't create in lack. It only creates in overflow. That means the energy of abundance has always existed inside you. It's only now that you're awake enough to activate it. When you affirm, "I am abundant," you're not lying to yourself. You're telling the truth that your fear once hid. Words are keys, and every declaration you make unlocks another level of prosperity. Speak abundance until your environment has no choice but to mirror it. As you rise, your intuition will become sharper. You'll feel where to move, when to act, and when to wait. That's divine timing working through you. There will be moments when opportunities appear that don't feel right, even though they look good. Don't chase appearances, trust resonance. The chosen don't move by sight, they move by vibration. What is aligned will always feel light, calm, and clear. Anything that demands chaos to keep it alive isn't divine. And as your wealth increases, you'll begin to see the deeper purpose behind it. Money in the hands of the awakened becomes medicine for the world. The universe doesn't bless you to escape others. It blesses you to elevate others. Your abundance becomes a tool for healing, not control. You are the bridge between spirit and substance, a living example that prosperity and purity can coexist. You may start to feel a shift in how you handle energy and relationships. People who once drained you will lose access to your attention. Conversations rooted in fear or lack will feel heavier. Don't feel guilty for outgrowing them. You're not rejecting people. You're rejecting frequencies that no longer support your purpose. Protecting your peace is how you protect your wealth. The divine will also bring new alliances into your life. People who match your vibration, who mirror your growth, who challenge you to expand. These connections will feel effortless, inspiring, and divinely timed. They're part of the energetic infrastructure that supports your next level. Together, you'll build, create, and amplify abundance beyond what any one person could do alone. Wealth thrives in community, not isolation. As you walk in this energy, be aware of the spiritual discipline it requires. Wealth doesn't only amplify blessings, it amplifies energy. If you're rooted in gratitude, your abundance will expand beautifully. But if you allow fear, jealousy, or resentment to take root, that energy will multiply too. The universe doesn't distinguish between positive or negative. It amplifies whatever you focus on. That's why your awareness is your greatest asset. Stay intentional. Stay clean in spirit. The chosen rise not through greed, but through grace. You'll begin to understand that the more you give, the more you grow. Giving doesn't deplete you. It activates flow. Energy cannot stay stagnant. It must circulate. When you share your wealth, whether through money, wisdom, or compassion, you expand your field. Every act of generosity opens another stream of provision. Now you're learning to move like the wealthy do. Calm, grounded, deliberate. Wealth is never loud. It's composed. True abundance doesn't need to announce itself. It simply radiates. As you embody this calm confidence, others will begin to feel it. Your presence alone will shift rooms. You'll walk in and people will sense stability, power, peace. That's divine magnetism. You're not forcing influence, you're radiating it. Still, the divine will remind you, don't lose yourself in the symbols of wealth. Remember the source. Money is a mirror of energy, not its master. You don't worship it. You command it with purpose. The moment you forget that, the flow becomes distorted. But as long as you stay rooted in gratitude and service, the current remains clear. You are meant to be wealthy not for possession, but for purpose. To build, to heal, to expand. The more you live in alignment, the more miracles will manifest. You'll notice your life accelerating. Things that used to take months will happen in days. People will start calling you lucky, but you'll know it's not luck. It's law. The law of vibration, the law of attraction, the law of divine order. Everything you experience is the reflection of your resonance. And when the millions begin to show up in visible form, the new income, the business growth, the opportunities, don't shrink from them. Don't apologize for being blessed. Don't downplay your favor to make others comfortable. You paid for this frequency in pain, patience, and perseverance. The chosen aren't meant to hide their blessings. They are meant to model what alignment looks like. Walk proudly, but humbly. Speak confidently, but kindly. Give freely, but wisely. You are not stepping into arrogance. You are stepping into awareness. The awareness that you and the divine are partners in creation. You are not separate from abundance. You are its expression. And as you live in this realization, your vibration will stabilize even more. You'll stop worrying about loss because you'll know that you are the source. You'll stop fearing lack because you'll realize lack can't exist where gratitude resides. You'll stop chasing validation because you'll understand that your energy is the proof. This is divine mastery, when the outer world bends to match your inner world. You won't have to convince, chase, or control. You'll simply be. And in that being, everything will find you. The millions are not the miracle, you are. The money is just evidence of the alignment you've already achieved. When you rise in vibration, the universe rises with you. You've become the magnet. Now, stay in the field. Everything you've been asking for is already orbiting your name. You've crossed the invisible line between wishing for abundance and becoming it. This is the sacred shift the divine was preparing you for. The moment when wealth is no longer an external goal, but an internal state. Everything from this point on is about embodiment. It's not about learning how to attract wealth anymore. It's about learning how to live as wealth. Embodiment begins in your energy. You can't fake it. You can't speak it into existence if your vibration still clings to lack. Embodiment means every part of your being, thought, feeling, action, moves in harmony with abundance. You walk differently. You speak differently. You breathe differently. You stop acting from scarcity and start responding from certainty. The universe mirrors that certainty instantly because it recognizes it as truth. Now, to embody abundance, you must anchor it into your habits. The magnetic field of prosperity isn't maintained by occasional moments of faith. It's sustained by consistent energetic hygiene. Every morning, start your day by remembering who you are. Not a beggar of blessings, but a vessel of divine flow. Before you check your phone, before you read a message, sit in silence and remind yourself, everything I need already exists within me. That one statement will reset your frequency to wealth every single time. Then, move with intention. The chosen don't rush, they flow. You don't chase appointments, you align with timing. You don't react, you respond. This calm awareness is what separates those who force outcomes from those who magnetize miracles. The more you slow down and breathe in your abundance, the faster life aligns around you. This is one of the great paradoxes of divine wealth. When you stop trying to control, control becomes effortless. You'll begin to notice that everything in your environment starts to match your vibration. The spaces you occupy, the people you meet, the conversations you have, all begin to elevate in frequency. This is not coincidence. It's coherence. When your energy becomes stable, the external world reorganizes to reflect it. Old energies that can't hold your light will naturally fall away. Don't mourn their exit. Honor it. Each departure creates more space for expansion. Now, the divine will begin testing your embodiment through small moments. You'll be faced with decisions that ask, are you thinking from lack or abundance? Someone may test your boundaries. An opportunity may challenge your patience. A delay may stir your old fears. In those moments, pause. Don't react from the old pattern. Instead, remind yourself, I am wealth in motion. I don't chase, I attract. I don't fear, I flow. Every time you choose peace over panic, you reinforce your energetic foundation. Each time you return to stillness, you remind the universe that your wealth is rooted in peace, not pressure.